all the details. What exactly is the EE method? The EE method is the Elevated Experience Method, and it is a certification program for psychedelic facilitators. I'm going to give you all the details. I'm going to tell you all about it, why I created it, what are the aspects of it, what does it include, what's the breakdown, what do you get, all of the things. Everything that you want to know is going to be delivered to you in this live so that you can be really clear if you're feeling called to it or you're curious about it, so you can know exactly if it is for you. It is an application process. It is a certification program that is coming in March of 2023. It is a 7-month virtual and in-person certification program for people who desire to facilitate psychedelic work, be it ceremony, be it one-to-one clients, be it as an aid to the coaching or the mentorship that you're already doing, or something that you want to develop because your life has been greatly touched by psychedelics and you've gone through your own transformation and you want to figure out how to utilize these medicines and start serving the world with them. I decided to create a certification program because I have been in this industry for almost 2 decades. I've been working underground, hosting psychedelic experiences, psychedelic transformational events and experiences for almost 2 decades. And I've been in the online world, kind of like out here on the front lines for the last couple of years. And what has happened for me is I've been able to build an incredible business for myself, an incredible platform for myself. And I figured out how to serve a lot of people in a very profound and great way. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for helping lead people to figure out how to provide their service and their gifts for the world in a way that can impact a lot of people and be sustainable and allow you as the giver to also thrive on a lot of levels, including financially. This method that I created is beyond me teaching you how to do it, but it is a process where I take you through 7 different pillars to lead you into how to create a sustainable business for yourself. But it's not so much about me teaching you an exact way to facilitate, although I will teach you how to facilitate. But I'm not teaching you how to host the events that I do or to do things the way that I do. It's to give you a foundation and a platform and an affiliation for you to host the way that you want to. I want to teach you and help you figure out how to do this work in the way that you want to, but in a way that is successful, sustainable, that allows you to thrive, and that financially supports you. Because that's what business is, right? Business is not business unless we're making money. So with all of that said, about the EE method, the EE method honors the magic of psychedelic experiences first and foremost. Our method stands on this. I stand by the magic of psychedelics. Right now we're in the psychedelic revolution and science is leading the revolution, and this is beautiful and amazing, and this is allowing a lot of people to finally feel comfortable utilizing these medicines. This is allowing changes in legalities to begin to happen, creating a safer environment and a safer experience for everyone, especially the facilitators. And this is allowing a lot of people to just finally get comfortable with psychedelics, because when science gets involved, the like taboos around it all kind of, dissolve a little bit. With all that said, the elevated experience stands on the foundation of experiences over everything. Our method believes in the experiential aspect of psychedelics. I believe that through activation and expansion and connection and fun in the realm of psychedelics, we can have incredible healing and incredible therapeutic work can be done. So our method leans a little bit more on the experiential side, a little bit more on the side of fun, a little bit more on the side of expansion and activation, more so than on the heavier side of deep clinical therapeutic work. And I think in the future, what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of clinics popping up. We're going to see potentially, pharmaceutical duplicates of the molecules of psilocybin, creating things to be a little bit more synthetic. We're going to see very sterile environments, very like scientific, therapeutic, hospital grade environments for people to have psychedelic experiences within. This is okay. This is great. This is wonderful. This certification, the EE method certification, is more for the medicine people. It's more for the medicine men, the medicine women. It's more for the coaches, the mentors, the guides, the spirit guides, the people who are out in the field, the light workers out in the field doing the work with the humans that want to have a foundation and affiliation to be part of. That's what I'm creating here. I'm creating an affiliation for you to be plugged into, to be supported by, and for you to ride with. Okay? So, the word psychedelic comes from the translation of origin mind manifest. Psychedelic is literally to have a change in consciousness. So part of this facilitation is to teach you and to lead you how to work with your clients who are going through a shift in consciousness. This is essentially a shift in their awakening process, right? There's a lot of people who read in a magazine that it's a good idea to go do ayahuasca in a jungle in Peru, or to start microdosing psilocybin or LSD for, you know, the creative properties and the productivity aspect that can happen. And a lot of people are coming to these medicines not realizing that what's going to happen is a psychedelic experience will happen and a spiritual awakening will happen, and their hearts will open and life as they knew it will dismantle and become something different. And that is the point, right? To have an awakening in consciousness. So our method is going to teach you how to facilitate, how to prepare yourself as a facilitator, how to know what your medicine is and what your magic is, but also how to work with clients that are going through this transformation. How to work in the field of integration so that people can actually utilize these medicines, have these experiences, and then work them into their lives through integration, through coaching, through mentorship, through follow-up, and then be in a place of embodiment of what they've learned. That's the point here. It's never about like how many psychedelic experiences you can have or how many notches in the belt for how many ceremonies you've sat in. The magic here and the potency is, what are you doing with it and how are you allowing it to change your life? This method is based on that. All right. So the pillars, there's 7 months. This program starts in March. I'm talking really fast. I guess it's because I feel like I have so much information I want to give you that like I have to tell you fast. I'm going to slow it down. There's time. If you're here and you're listening, it's because you want to know this information. All right. The 7 pillars. We're starting in March. It's a 7-month program and it ends with a graduation ceremony retreat in person in September. Each month is a different pillar. And pillar number 1 is your medicine. This is about your psychedelic experiences, what you already know and understand, what you have experienced, why it's valuable, how it changed your life. This is going to be you dropping into kind of how you got to this place of realizing that psychedelics greatly assisted the transformation of your life, so much so that you want to be certified in facilitating them, and how your experiences changed your life. That is your medicine. The lessons that you learned, the way that your life changed, the experiences that you had, that is your medicine. And this is the embodiment and the core of what your facilitation will be. I'm creating a network of facilitators. My bigger picture is to create this web of facilitators to stand with and to work with that people can look to for, you know, facilitation, but in different areas. Each person that comes into this method, each facilitator has their own magic, their own medicine, their own area where they're an expertise, where they're an expert, because that's the transformation that they had. You become an expert in the transformation that you have, in the embodiment that you are with the work that you've done in the psychedelic field. That is the core of your facilitation. And that's month number 1. Pillar number 2 is the science and the culture. This is when we're going to dive into the actual study and science of psychedelics. We're going to explore cultures, the integrity of this medicine. The certification is modeled with a strong focus on the facilitation of psilocybin, but we will touch on some of the other psychedelic experiences as well. the other entheogens and their facilitation. This is going to go deep into history, mycology, physiology, effects, traditions, lineages. I've received the question like, what lineage are you teaching from, Danielle? Who taught you how to facilitate psychedelics? And I will tell you right now, I am not teaching from a lineage. I'm not teaching a system or a tradition that somebody else taught me. I am teaching based on the embodiment of my own experience, the experience that I've done in the psychedelic field for the last 2 decades. I've worked with lots of guides. I've sat in a lot of different ceremonies, but the primary work that I've done where I've received the most downloads and the understanding of what I can teach and facilitate today has come through my own experiences. So we will be talking about culture, though. We will be talking about the origin of these medicines. We will talk about sustainability. We will talk about practicing with integrity, because it is important. And one of the things that I think that we're going to see as psychedelics become more mainstream, as everybody and their brother is microdosing and you can buy it on Instagram, we're going to feel and see this disconnect from the places of origin, where these practices and where these medicines come from, where the traditions are. And it is important for us to know, especially as facilitators, where these practices began. It is important to also develop ourselves and also to be one step forward in the future, and to know that if psychedelics live in your heart and this medicine work lives in your heart, you are allowed to practice it and facilitate it. But it's important to create a holistic, like respectful, with integrity environment with these medicines. This is very important. And that is pillar number 2. That's what's going to go down in April. Pillar number 3, your tool set. Learning and developing your unique tool set. What kinds of experiences and modalities are you utilizing? Different kinds of energy work, how to incorporate them into your experiences, and learning to create your environments. This is where you're going to start cultivating your tools, right? Like, are you into breath work? Are you a breath work facilitator? Will you be bringing breath work into your facilitation work? For me, you know, I work in the quantum field. I do quantum healing and I do activations. That's my specialty. When I host ceremony, I do activation work, and that's how I blast my people off. And so that's kind of like my sweet spot. We're going to learn what your sweet spot is, what your tools are. I'm going to expose you to, you know, a bunch of different ideas for how to create your ceremonies, how to create the environments that you want to create, and just kind of learning about like, what is your magic, right? What is going to be special about the experiences that you create for people? And again, not everybody's going to create group experiences. Not everybody's going to facilitate in the same way, but as you begin to learn your medicine and you begin to sharpen your tool set, you're going to start to realize the uniqueness of the facilitator that you are. And that's really what I'm leading you to figure out, is the facilitator that you are, because I want you to stand in your magic, and I want you to be magical because of the person that you are and the things that you know. Pillar number 4, June, facilitation. What kind of facilitator do you want to be, and how to actually facilitate and hold space? Creating the spaces, knowing your legalities. This is important. What kind of facilitation opportunities and oppressions are out there? Learning to manage energies, building the capacity for facilitating. This is something that's come up for me a lot in some of the recent ceremonies that I've been facilitating. It's really about, sorry, there's loud cars outside. It's really about understanding how to hold the space. And this takes experience. And there is one prerequisite that I require for you to be an applicant for the EE method. And the requirement is that you do have to have a relationship with psychedelics, because the experience is everything. Now, everybody's relationship is going to be different, and there's not a requirement as to what your relationship must look like, but you must have a relationship, because in order to understand psychedelics, you have to understand psychedelics. They are experiential, okay? So if you've tried microdosing one time and now you want to facilitate microdosing as an added tool for your clients, it's not actually in alignment for the certification that I am providing here. I am providing a certification and a network of people who really understand the psychedelic realms. Now, does this mean that you have to have sat in an ayahuasca ceremony 200 times? No, absolutely it doesn't. It just means that you need to know the relationship that you have with psychedelics, and it needs to be beyond a surface level. This will look different for everyone, but this is the secret sauce that allows you to navigate the ceremony space of facilitating psychedelics, because let's face it, we're dealing with a lot of egos. When it comes to psychedelics, we're dealing with people who have a lot of trauma, people who are coming from a lot of different walks of life, a lot of different experiences, coming in with a lot of darkness or trauma or whatever. You got people at all different levels, especially when you're facilitating in group experiences, and you have to know how to be in a huge capacity within yourself to really be able to hold these places. And I think facilitation this month is the month that I'm the most excited for, because I think that this is the most important part of facilitation. It doesn't actually matter like what fancy tricks you have, like how cool your like sound journey is, how beautiful the space is. What matters is how you're able to work with the people that are in your space, how you're able to hold energy for them, how you're able to move them through a bad trip, how you're able to support them. How to deal with whatever kind of trauma that they're dealing with. This is very, 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 very important. All right. Pillar number 5, your clients. This is an extension on pillar number 4, how to work and connect with your clients, expansion versus healing, bad trips, working with trauma, other heavier energies, safety first, integrity with other medicines. I teach the monogamous relationship approach. This is about bringing safety in, knowing how to prepare your clients. I have people who are referred to my online mushroom microdosing group called the Mushroom all the time, and they'll come in and they're taking all kinds of medications and stuff, and a lot of people had no idea that there's even contraindications for taking psychedelics and certain mind altering substances in conjunction with actual RX prescription therapies. Like, there's a lot to be looked at here, and as a facilitator, it's not your responsibility, but it's your responsibility. So we need to know how to take care of our clients. We need to know how to onboard our clients, how to intake our clients properly. We need to understand what are the right clients for us to work with and to support, right? Not everybody is the right client for me. And I've really gotten into the art of figuring out who is my ideal client, who are the kinds of clients that are right for me with my skill set and my experience, right? Because at the end of the day, this is about service. So we're creating something to elevate ourselves and to create sustainability and an environment for ourselves to thrive in, but we're based in service. So this is about our clients always, okay? Pillar number 6, the Psychedelic CEO. And this is where this certification stands apart from other certification programs that I've seen that are being offered. This is the integration of working business into your facilitation practice. And this is where, a big zone of my genius is how to master the art and the business of psychedelics, because the reality is the business of psychedelics is here. It's happening. You can literally buy mushrooms, microdosing mushrooms on Instagram, okay? The business of psychedelics is here, and it's about to be big, big business as regulations and laws change. We're going to see a ton of changes over the next 2 years, and so this is your opportunity for you to put your flag in the ground and figure out how to build your business sustainable for you and for the future, with everything that's going to change and happen. And for a lot of medicine people, medicine women, there's a couple different archetypes of people that will be attracted to this particular certification program. And there's a lot of light workers out there and heart-centered people, medicine people that are such incredible magicians in the psychedelic realm, and they are such incredible facilitators. And the missing link for them is the business side of things. And this is one of my favorite parts of this facilitation program is because I figured out how to do it. I figured out how to be sustainable in business in the world of psychedelics. So this is you teaching you how to become the CEO of your gifts, your services, your magic, developing the entrepreneurial mind, the mindset and devotion of being a CEO and running your business. This is going to lead you into strategies, marketing, and positioning your offers. This is a huge part of this, okay? This is a very, very special part of this. And I want to tell you right now that it's okay to be both. It's okay to be a medicine person and a business person. I'm a modern medicine woman and I'm a business woman. It's okay to be both. It's okay to charge and to ask for reciprocity for the things that you desire to give in the world. It's okay to create your business out of the soul work that you came here to do on this planet. We are in this paradigm now, and there's a lot of people who are still struggling in prior paradigms that have existed in regards to, light workers and energy workers and medicine people, making money from their art. And we're not part of that paradigm anymore. Let me be your permission slip. Let me be your guide. Let me be your mentor for this. And let me help you get into the world of abundance and business for your light work. Okay? All right. Pillar number 7, your brand. Creating your brand and your offerings, designing the identity of your business, the creative zone of your branding, your offers, your menus, your pricing. We also have a branding experience for you at the retreat. So the last month in September, we're having a graduation retreat. And depending on how many people sign up for this program, it's either going to happen in Tulum, Mexico, or on the Big Island of Hawaii, where I live. I have a strong affiliation with Mexico and facilitating medicine work in Mexico. So there's a very good chance this is going to happen in Tulum, but it may happen in Hawaii as well. We will find out in a few months. But what's going to happen there is we're all going to come together. It's the last month. It's a graduation retreat. We get to be together in real life. It's going to be hosted in the fashion of my business. It will be a luxury psychedelic experience. Everything will be catered for you. We will have a psilocybin ceremony night. There will be a branding experience for you, where you'll get to take photos to put yourself out into the world. And it is going to be so special and beautiful. My magic is creating in-person experiences. And I am so excited for this part of this certification program, especially since we will have been building together for 7 months. We'll be working together. There'll be groups inside of the group, and you're finally going to get to come at the end of the 7 months and be with your new friends and your new people. And it's going to be such a celebration. I am so excited for that part. All right. So let's break it down a little bit more for you. Let's give you the facts. What's in it for you? The first thing to know about sales when it comes to the psychedelic CEO mind is that people want to know what's in it for them. Okay. The structure. We have 7 pillars, 7 foundations. It's 7 months. There's monthly workbooks. There's a monthly live teaching, a monthly Q&A, a monthly guest expert, because I am not facilitating the certification program alone. There's too many magical, brilliant people that I want to bring in to help educate you and lead you. We'll have a group social platform, and there will be a classroom website for organized completion of all required certification content. You will have to go through a checklist to actually receive your certification at the end, which means you will be required, if you're not live, to watch all of the videos, complete your workbook, and this will be all electronically tracked. This is school, y'all. All right, the perks. You'll have gifts and presents for the journey, including merchandise, journals, supplements, and ceremony supplies. One of my love languages is gifts, so you'll be getting a lot of presents. You'll have facilitation experiences, including quantum healing, sound healing, breath work. At the end, we're going to create a transcribed written manual of all the video content from the entire program. I've never done anything like that before, and I'm very excited for that manual. We're going to have a reading list. You'll get access to ceremony playlist library. And we'll be doing individual presentations from assigned chosen reading for the group. We'll have breakout groups. There'll be little mini ceremonies that happen during the 7 months. There'll be opportunities for you to facilitate different levels of work with each other, breakout rooms, all the things. The graduation ceremony retreat is a 3-night all-inclusive retreat. This does not include your airfare, just side note. It will either happen in Tulum, Mexico, or Hawaii, depending on class size. We will have a psilocybin ceremony night at the retreat. There will be a branding photo shoot experience, fun local excursions, and a graduation ceremony dinner where I will cry a lot and I will also toast a lot of champagne. The certification includes an annual renewed certification, so there'll be a small annual renewal fee to remain part of the affiliation. And what this includes is being part of the affiliation. Continuing education will be offered. There will be ceremony opportunities. There will be a database of facilitators. I am creating a web of facilitators to kind of come as a force into the front lines of the psychedelic revolution that is happening, and you will get to be part of that database. And you will also have access to wholesale supplements for your people and for the work that you're doing. All right, that is the details. I trust myself in this industry, and I trust myself to lead other leaders in this industry. I know for sure that this is what I'm meant to be doing at this time with my life, and I have a big vision for those of you who want to come with me on this journey. It is an investment. It is an investment of your financial resources. It's an investment of your emotional, of your physical, of your mental. It is an investment for you to decide that you really want to commit to this next level of yourself, because I will be the first to tell you that becoming successful in the psychedelic business world will incredibly change your life. And being successful in business and in the world of entrepreneurship, especially when you are becoming successful for the gifts of who you are, it's not something that can be easily figured out by everyone, okay? But it is absolutely possible. I remember in 2014 when I asked myself the question, can I be paid and live my life doing exactly what it is that I love? And at that time, I was very good at throwing parties. I threw a legendary party every single year. And I was like, okay, are you asking if you could get paid to throw parties for the rest of your life? And essentially, yes, that's what I was asking. And I tell you that to explain to you that it is very possible for you to live your life doing exactly what you want to do. And if you want to play in the psychedelic realms and you want to help people and serve people and be part of this movement and create things that are very magical that you love to do and create places and environments where you like to spend your time, this certification would be perfect for you. All right. The last thing I'm going to tell you about is there is an application process. Okay. The certification is not for everyone. The prerequisite is you must have a relationship with psychedelics. Second, there is an application process because this is a 7-month commitment of very intensive, emotionally intimate work that I'm going to do with each of you. And it requires a strong commitment from both of us. There has to be an energetic alignment for you to be able to apply for this, also because you are going to be part of a network of facilitators that I am going to basically put a stamp on and certify for people to be able to count on and to know are reliable and to know are going to have integrity. And so it has to be the right energetic fit. So there's an application process. When you go to the website in my bio, you can click on the button that says apply now. If you have more questions, there's also a button where you can click and schedule a 15-minute consult call with somebody from my team to get more information. I know it's a big commitment and some of you might have more questions. We're fully available for that. You can also send us a DM as well. There are 4 tiers of pricing. There is not a sliding scale, but there is method to my madness for the tiered pricing. And it's because I do want to make this as accessible as possible to as wide a range of people as possible. The full price for this certification is $18,000. That includes everything, including your retreat, all of the things. Right now, This certification is in a 2-week promotional period where it is $11,111. That is the lowest price, and it is live at that price for a few more days. That price goes until the end of the month. There is paid in full option, there is a 6-month payment plan, and there is a 10-month payment plan. I understand I need payment plans when I want to invest big into the things that I desire as well. After the end of these 2 weeks, on the 31st, the price is going to change. It's going to go up 3 more times, once a month, until it reaches its full price of $18K. In September, it will be $13,333. In October, it will be $15,555. And in November, it will reach its actual full price of $18K. There will always be payment plans, okay? And I think that that's all the details I wanted to give you today. If you have questions, come into my DMs, go explore the link in my bio. This is a very exciting time for us as humans. This is a very exciting time in the world of psychedelics. We are on the forefront of an incredibly powerful, magical time where psychedelics are really going to be a revolution. They already are. And this certification is going to put you on the leading edge of the leadership within this revolution, and I want you with me. I am riding this wave. I like it here. I'm having an incredible time. It feels very, very good to be successful doing the work that I know that I'm meant to do in the world. If you feel this, I want it for you too. You're amazing. You're perfect as you are. Thank you for listening. I love whoever watched this whole time. I better see you in my DMs, and have a wonderful Saturday. Aloha.